Hi everyone, welcome to my new vlog. This is a brand new channel. This is going to be just a little bit about my life and things I've been going through recently. I hope you enjoy it. So this is my very first vlog post and I'm a little bit nervous, but I am very excited. So this is just going to be a little bit about my life and things I've been going through recently. So I have been putting a few videos and stories up on my Instagram of things I've been struggling with recently, and I've had a couple of questions as to why I'm doing what I'm doing and what's going on, so I just thought I'd answer them in this video and just get it out there so that everybody knows. I'm not looking for sympathy, just a little bit of awareness about my condition because it's very rare. And just so you all know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So basically I have a genetic condition which is called Peutz-Jeghers Syndrome. So it's very rare. It only affects, I think it's 1 in every 200,000 people, so it's quite rare. And it affects a gene in the body called the STK11 gene. Now what this gene does is it prevents tumours from growing. My gene is faulty, which means I get little growths called polyps growing through my small bowel and into my large bowel. This is obviously causing a lot of problems over my life, and I'm just going to explain to you a little bit about what's happened before in my life and what's happening at the moment. So I was diagnosed with this condition in 2002 when I had a lot of pain and I wasn't keeping food down. I was throwing up a lot and I was eventually rushed to hospital, and they took me to a different hospital, a children's hospital. They had a look at me and they diagnosed the condition based on some freckles that are on my lips. You can't see them because I've got lipstick on. They then found that I had 3 golf ball size polyps in the sort of top of my small bowel, which was causing a blockage, meaning that food wasn't getting through. And that's why I was being sick, and that's why I was in a lot of pain. So basically, to save my life, they had to do an operation. So I had emergency surgery just before my 5th birthday to remove these polyps. This then started a 2-yearly procedure of having cameras, so endoscopies and colonoscopies, to look for and remove polyps before they became problematic again. So this continued for a number of years, and then in 2012 I had my normal endoscopy and colonoscopy, and I went home and I was in a lot of pain. So we rushed me back to hospital and they found that I had some more polyps in the small intestine that they couldn't get to with the cameras, because the cameras sort of investigate the esophagus and sort of the very first part of the small bowel and then the large bowel. They don't investigate everything in the middle, so they had to do an operation again to remove these polyps, and that was just before my 15th birthday. So when I became 16 I was due to be moved to an adult hospital. I somehow got lost in the system and this didn't happen. I think I've been in a bit of denial about my condition, so I sort of left it. I didn't investigate, I didn't try and get them to change me over. But then in 2017 I started getting pain every time I ate, and this continued for about a couple of weeks before I finally went to the doctors and she rushed me into hospital. I was admitted, and on an MRI they found more polyps that was sort of 3 centimetres in size in the small intestine. So the surgeons that dealt with me when I was in hospital said that I'd need an operation, but I wasn't prepared to go through another operation very quickly, so I asked to go home. In the meantime, I managed to get my care transferred from the children's hospital in Bristol to my hospital in Bath. So I saw my new consultant and he suggested a new endoscopy that would go further in and into the small bowel to get to the polyps rather than doing another operation. So this is called a double balloon enteroscopy, and it basically has balloons on the end of the camera which blow up, and it just allows the doctors to go further in. I tried to have this in January 2018, but I have a real phobia of things going in my mouth, and I have a really bad gag reflex. So I had a major panic attack. I was crying my eyes out and they couldn't do it. So I had to go back a few months later and have it under a general anaesthetic so that I was asleep and didn't know what was happening. So in April 2018, I had my first double balloon enteroscopy under general anaesthetic. The doctor removed 10 polyps that were above a centimetre in size. I came home, I was fine, and then about a month later I started having pain again, which was very annoying. So my new consultant did another MRI for me, and we found some more polyps that were quite large in size. So he referred me back to the doctor in Bristol, because that's the only place in the southwest that does this special procedure. So in April this year I had another double balloon enteroscopy, and she removed one large polyp. I came home and I had a lot of pain. I was sent home sick from work. I couldn't move without being in pain. It was horrible. And my consultant told me I had post-polypectomy syndrome, which is where the site at where they removed the polyp in the bowel got inflamed, and it was just wasn't happy from where they'd removed the polyp. After a few days that pain resolved, but then unfortunately about a month later I started getting the same pain as before. I spoke to my consultant, who I now work with, which I am so lucky to, because I can just go to his office whenever I need to. I feel a bit cheeky because I feel like I'm cheating the system, but I go to him whenever I have a problem. He booked another MRI for me, and I had the results a couple of weeks ago and was told that there's one polyp that's 3 centimetres in size that's probably been there from the start since 2017, and that we just haven't got rid of yet. So a few days after I had the results, I started getting pain every time I ate, and that was really upsetting, because before I'd only get the pain sort of once a month, if that, and now I'm getting the pain every time I eat. So this brings me on to what's been going on recently. This started last Friday, and I spoke to my consultant on Monday afternoon, and he told me to go on a liquid diet. So this is why, if you follow me on Instagram and you've been seeing my stories, this is why I've been asking for sort of soft food ideas, and this is why I've gone onto a liquid diet. I don't want anybody to think that I've gone onto a liquid diet to lose weight, or as a fad diet. I know that's dangerous, and I would never do it, and I would never encourage anybody to go on a liquid diet to try and lose weight. I am trying a liquid diet to give the bowel a bit of a break, and so that it doesn't have to work so hard to digest the food. I struggled on a liquid diet. I was having soup and Angel Delight. It's only been a couple of days, but I struggled. So I've now put myself onto a soft food diet. So again, that's why I've been asking for ideas for soft foods that I can have. I'll be honest, I'm eating crap. I've had Angel Delight several days in a row. I'm having chocolate yogurts, just things that I like that are soft. I've always had issues with my weight. I've always struggled with my weight, and it's really getting me down at the moment, but my health comes first, and I can't spend my life in pain because I want to lose weight. So my consultant has referred me back to the consultant in Bristol to see if she will do a third double balloon enteroscopy to try and get rid of this one polyp that seems to be causing me issues. So basically I'm just waiting to hear back from her and see what she says. She may say, I've tried twice and I've had no success with this one polyp, let's try a different way. Surgery has been mentioned, but I think we're leaving that as an emergency, last minute, you know, option, because it's a big thing and I've already had 2 surgeries in my life and we don't want to run out of surgical opportunities. So that's just a bit about me and what I've been going through recently, and I hope that explains everything I've been saying on Instagram, because I know it hasn't really made a lot of sense. So, as you know, this is my very first video on this channel. It may be my last, who knows. I've had a couple of ideas. I had a bit of a think about where I wanted to go with this channel, what I wanted to do, and I've thought of a few ideas. So there may be a couple of videos thrown in about my life, maybe me ranting about my life, or me talking more about my health and any future progress or issues with my condition. But I've also decided on 2 series that I'm going to do. So I have decided that every other Monday I'm going to do Murder Monday. So I'm going to research murders, famous murders, and talk to you about them. There may be times where I watch a documentary about a murderer and I will talk you through the documentary and give you my opinions. Alternate Mondays to that, I'm going to do Mystery Monday. So all about disappearances, famous people that have, or not famous people, but people that have gone missing and it's become a high profile case. And again, I will probably watch documentaries about them and I will talk to you about those documentaries. And then finally, my other series is going to be True Crime Thursday. So that's either going to be every other Thursday of the month or one Thursday a month. I haven't decided yet. And that's just going to be, again, true crime documentaries that I've watched and that I can talk you through, and I can give you my opinions. If any of you have any ideas on any true crime documentaries or murder mysteries or disappearances or anything else you'd like to see on one of these series, please comment below, and I can research them and I will try to include all of your ideas in my series. I hope you've enjoyed this and I look forward to speaking to you soon.